Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. We're gonna hit some rowing and some deadlifts, but there's also a little bit of accessory stuff in the warm-up. So in general, today's a pretty simple day. So the attention I would like to be paid is on the effort level in the rowing and maintaining the rest times. We're trying to compress those down as we get closer to our 2K row event. So let's begin with the warm-up. We're gonna go 2 rounds through, start with 2 minutes of warm-up pace cardio, and then grab a band. We're gonna do our little complex of deadlifts and rows. So prepping that hinging pattern, so knees slightly bent as you get down to the bottom, play with that position, make sure the back is nice and straight, kick those heels to the ground, butt back, so you're feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. When you finish that, if you need to, you can unloop one side of the band from underneath your feet and finish with those rows. Make sure that the arch in your back is away from the ground, right? So not like hunching towards the ground, but arching your back away from the ground. You can feel like I'm pushing my butt towards the wall or away from my hands, and I'm pulling my chest up away from the ground in order to create that nice stable arch in my back. When you're finished with that, we're gonna do 2 10-second eccentric push-ups, right? So count to 10. You don't need to be watching the clock. You can just do the 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. But the main thing here is maintaining that slow speed as you get towards the ground, right? Where the hardest part to push is down near the ground. So try to keep your pace or your velocity the same all the way down. And then if you need to use your knees like this to get back up to that plank position, that is totally fine, but try to keep your thighs off the ground as long as possible without punching your butt up in the air, right? So the body stays like a plank the whole time, right? And then the last one would just be our scorpion stretch. So arms out like a T. This is one of my favorite warm-up ones because I get every once in a while I get a nice little low back crack out of this one. 5 reps on each side. All right, when we're done with that, we're gonna do our rowing pace work first. This is the longest and the last in our longer duration pace periods. So 1,400 meters, right? So 2,000, 1,400, you can see the difference there. It should be getting very challenging by the end of it, but you should be able to hold that 2K pace, right? So hold the pace for 1,400, and then you're gonna get a 3-minute rest. Yeah, and then 400, 300, 200 are the next 3 intervals. So it's going long, steady pace, and then shorter, punchier ones. The rest decreases between each one, all right? So after the 400-meter row, I want you to rest 80 seconds. After the 300-meter row, I want you to rest 60 seconds, okay? So you're gonna have almost no time to recover in between the 300 and the 200, and that is intentional. That's the goal of the overall pace work, is to slowly squeeze the rest out of those intervals while you are maintaining your pace. On the shorter ones, definitely feel free to go a little bit faster if you can, but don't let a fast 400 ruin your fast 300 or ruin your fast 200. And then at the end, the last 200, if you feel like you got a kick and you want to go like just pull as hard as you can and really sprint to the finish, that is a fantastic idea. You can get a benefit from holding your pace. You can also get a benefit from really just winding it out at the end and practicing for what it's going to feel like to be at the finish line, and knowing you're tired, knowing you're fatigued, your heart rate's high, your breathing rate's high, right? And you've got a little bit of extra energy to kick it in at the end. That's how PRs get done, okay? So if you got it, go for it. All right, and then we're gonna switch to our deadlift. All right, this is really simple. It's 4 sets of 5. The percentages should be relatively similar all the way across, like 80 to 82%. And that's just where we are in the program. You're not gonna do any supersets with this one. Try to keep the rest at about 3 minutes or less in between sets, and that is it. So do some warm-up sets first before you just slap on 80 to 85% of your 1 rep max. So make sure there's like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 warm-up sets before you get into the actual work sets. But it's only 4 sets of 5, but I want all 20 of those reps to be relatively similar in the weight that you lift. All right, that's it for this Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great one, and I'll see you for Wednesday's workout.